guys, it's going to be a great episode today.
It's going to be a very cold episode.
Ja, dat is wel.
Hoe lang deze uitzending gaat duren.
Oh, Bas. Oh, dit is geen media.
Evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Season 2, Episode 16 of Het is weer Ruk here at Rugby Club The Dukes. Fantastic evening to be back. Eric, welcome back from Spain. Long holiday, mate?
Gracias.
Worst joke ever, but the old problem's back. And finally, we have some Rotterdam guys on the show. And I say finally, but obviously it's been from our side. It's been a lot of one-way traffic towards Rotterdam. Tonight, we're going to hear all about it. And with us from Rotterdam, Will Maddocks, the fly half, Sebastiaan van Mameren, the winger, centre, winger.
Winger.
Yeah.
Name a winger.
Has had a couple of tough games recently. Yeah. But good to see you in good health, mate.
Ja, mijn hoofd zit er nog op.
Before we get into the show, unfortunately, with a very heavy heart, the tragic news that Joey Biskin's passed away recently in a car accident in France really hit the rugby community here in the Netherlands, and from everyone at Het is weer Ruk to the Biskins family, we wish you all the love and all our condolences from everyone here. It's shocking and tragic news. I knew Joey personally, coached him for a long time, and to be honest, a very, very tough time. For me, he was the epitome of what perseverance was or is, in the sense that he never gave up on his dream, chased his dream, showed all of us what it was all about to be a rugby man through and through, and never gave up and chased everything hard. Winning the Europeans last year made it even tougher to take, in the sense of that everyone got a lot closer to each other. And Joey, you will be missed, and we wish all your family all the very best. Eric, obviously very, very sad news.
Ja, dit is het nieuws dat geen ouder ooit zou moeten thuis krijgen. Dus, en allemaal vaders en ouders in mijn omgeving natuurlijk, we weten allemaal hoe zo. Niemand kan invoelen hoe het voelt, maar we zijn allemaal vader of moeder genoeg om te weten, om te kunnen vermoeden hoe het voelt. En het wordt niet erger natuurlijk. En dan zo'n jonge vent, het is verschrikkelijk.
Yeah, and what a young man he was. And we'll be saying goodbye to Joey on Friday at the Bulldogs Rugby Club, but then also in Hilversum. And it will be, as it's been called, his last try. It's obviously been an emotional couple of weeks. Rugby Netherlands, I must take my hat off to the community, the rugby community in the Netherlands. I think the support and the love and the messages and everything that's been said about Joey has been out of the top drawer. And it just shows what an amazing young man he was, and how he will be missed. And Friday is going to be the send-off that he deserves. But the show must go on.
Ja, hoe lastig dat ook soms kan zijn, maar dat is wel een gegeven, ja.
So, on that note, Will, Sebastiaan, great to have you on the show.
No, thanks for having us.
And I think the first thing is, just a little bit about yourself. Will, obviously, you're from Australia?
Yeah, from Australia. In my second year here in the Netherlands, which I'm really liking. Moved over in about October last year. It was a bit of a funny one. I think you guys probably know Sam, who's our 13.
Yeah.
I was actually just having a beer with him in the snow, actually, with our girlfriends, and we were just chatting, and he was saying, look, he was trying to go overseas during COVID, and then he couldn't do it, and then he was like, look, I got an offer from Rotterdam. What do you think? And I was like, I reckon it sounds really good. I think you should do it. And he said, do you want to come? And I said, I don't know, does it work like that? And then he messaged the club and said, I've got another guy, do you want him to come? And then on Monday they called me, and the rest is history. So in here 18 months now and really enjoying it. So
fantastic 18 months it's been, right? I mean, bit of background of you, Aussie Sevens.
Yeah. So that was, so I played Aussie Sevens for a couple of years there, leading into COVID there. Then I worked in finance after that, and then took the opportunity to come over and yeah, it's been really good.
But you also said earlier that you're a bit of a late bloomer, so like rugby wasn't really at the highest priority for you in the younger years. Yeah?
I would say, I don't know if it was not the high. It was always a pretty high priority, but maybe I wasn't the biggest priority of rugby early. No, I did. I was a bit of a late bloomer. I was sort of I don't know. It's a bit funny, but yeah, I played like I was in the 10ths in year 11 at my school, and 5ths in year 12, and then 3rds Colts first year of grade when I was 21. I was in 4th grade, and then I always trained really hard and enjoyed like skills. And I grew up in a house we had four brothers, and we just played rugby and cricket every day. So we always had pretty good skills, very good competitiveness. And then I was a bit of a late bloomer, got a bit bigger and faster a bit later on. So and then sort of came through. So it was good.
Oh, lucky for Rotterdam, great signing, you and Sam. I think fantastic players, but also the backline, Sebas. You part of that backline, yeah?
Ja.
En a little bit of history about yourself, local boy from the club, growing up?
Ja, al sinds mijn 6e, vanaf de turf eigenlijk gebleven bij Rotterdam met een aantal andere spelers waar ik nu nog steeds mee leef en speel. Ik woon ook met een paar andere clubgenoten van mij, woon ik in een huis. Maar sinds Colts al gecoacht door Christian en hou ik nu nog steeds vol, dus gaat goed.
Ja.
Zeker goed.
For sure. I mean, Rotterdam's definitely been one of the clubs that's on the up in the last couple of seasons. Yeah. And I think that's also a little bit about tonight. Like, where did this journey begin? And, I mean, obviously Christian has a big role to play in this. He's done a lot of good things for the club. I think it's good to maybe know, like, I think I remember Isvan Diori was a coach at your club.
Hij heeft mij nooit gecoacht. Hij was eigenlijk het jaar voordat ik naar de senioren ging, toen stopte hij, dacht ik. Maar we hadden toen met de Colts de plate gewonnen van de Colts. Nou, voor ons een groot ding. En toen zijn we eigenlijk met een grote groep van de Colts naar de senioren gegaan. Toen speelden de senioren wat lager dan nu. En sindsdien hebben we het eigenlijk opgebouwd en eerste klasse gespeeld. En vanaf de eerste klasse eigenlijk naar de ereklasse gegaan vorig jaar. Dus dat was een hele grote stap voor ons, zeker voor de jongens die erachter al hun hele leven spelen.
Yeah. And I mean, it's also an amazing story. I remember when I first went to Rotterdam, your clubhouse was...
Ja, was echt cool.
It was an old couch with a real old, falling apart sort of container sort of thing. But now, I mean, it's a stunning clubhouse, and so it looks like all round Rotterdam Rugby Club has really sort of taken a step forward, both on and off the pitch.
Yeah, definitely. Like I knew, like when I turned up here, and the boys just immediately like so friendly. It was such a family community environment that I think that's sort of where it all starts with everything. Is the local boys and the love of the club and everyone wanting to get better and bring it up. And I think that's what you're seeing. Obviously, Chris again has done an amazing job. With the clubhouse, with everything, and getting the boys together. But it's all going the right way, and hopefully, we're still on the way up and up. So I'm excited about what's to come.
Well, I mean, all jokes aside, we're going to look at the game a little bit later, but the Hawks versus Rotterdam in The Hague is probably the game of the year. I mean, I don't know if you've seen it, Eric. You were in Spain, but...
nee, ik was lekker weg. Ik zat
Actually, this is the quietest I think I've ever seen him. I think this is fantastic. Even crossing your arms like you're an angry...
Nee, we komen er gewoon nou zitten. Ik moet er even aan wennen. 1 keer naar Spanje en iedereen zit.
How things have changed. He really likes change. You can pick that up. He likes change. Well, one thing hasn't changed is that game was phenomenal. I mean, it was a great game. I mean, just watching you guys play, I mean, when we were analysing it, we were just like, holy moly, what a game. It must have been great to be out there.
Yeah, it was really good to be out there. It was probably the first time we'd seen the sun in a long time, so everyone was pretty excited. And it was a really good game. Obviously, I had everything, and we're very pleased that we won. But probably just as pleasing, like, was a lot of people after the game, like Hague fans and Rotterdam fans, were just like, that's the most entertaining game I've seen in a long time, and they loved it. And even some of the Hague players, they said, look, win or lose, if we play games like that, I don't mind. It was really good for the neutral. So I don't know. In the Dutch rugby, it's good to hear everyone's enjoying themselves.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's what you want at the end of the day. I think, except the Hague chairman thought it was a terrible game for both sides.
No, I think that was the last game then.
Oh, was that the last game? Yeah, I think that was Gooi Hague. That was terrible for both clubs. Yeah. But just before we get into that, obviously that was the only game in the championship pool played. It was the Hawks against Rotterdam, which Hawks lost 45-46 to Rotterdam. Then in No, I don't actually. I think that was the only game.
Dus, maar je hebt die toch als coach's corner vandaag?
Yeah, that's coach's corner.
Yeah.
So we'll do that a little bit later. But then this last weekend we had Cass against Rotterdam, where Rotterdam again won that. Cass 1945. Yeah. So I think that's obviously another good win for you guys on the road.
Yeah, it was. It's a pretty notoriously hard place to go, Cass, and it certainly lived up to it on the weekend. It was blowing an absolute gale.
You must have been happy that you didn't have to wear your skins on your plastic pitch.
Yeah, I know. I'd take all precautions on the Astros everywhere. So no, to be fair, it's a beautiful ground there, and the clubhouse is amazing. But yeah, gee, it was blowing a gale, so it made it tough for us. But we stuck to our guns and got it done.
A bit of New Zealand culture in there as well.
Yeah, there's a few guys there. We had a chat and had a beer with them afterwards. They're all really good guys there. So yeah, it's a good place to play. Bassie, didn't last for long. But
Goede 3 minuten gespeeld en toen weer schouder tegen.
Yeah, look, you've had a rough couple of weeks with your head.
Ja, inderdaad. Maar het hoofdje zit er nog op. Maar ik mocht 3 goede minuten spelen en toen uit voorzorg.
Yeah, I think we've got a clip of that, of you taking a bit of a knock, which obviously will come up in a discussion. But then, Hoek van Holland hosting Ameland, 22-47, but the score at halftime was 22-7 to Hoek.
Ja, ik was met de Espoirs in Amersfoort, waar we...
How did that go?
Nou, flink afgedroogd zijn. Dus ja...
It's a good year for you.
Oh, heerlijk. Ik geniet met volle teugen. Maar nou ja, uiteindelijk gaat dat... Dat klinkt raar, want je verliest dik. Maar zij zijn op alle punten net iets beter. Ook leuke Zuid-Afrikaanse spelers bij. Zijn alle punten net iets beter. Nou, dan krijg je in rugby... kun je een flinke uitslag krijgen. Dat is, nou ja, dat gebeurde nu ook. Wij vallen ook zo lang. Het was de 8e wedstrijd op rij achter elkaar, omdat in het begin alles uitgesteld werd. Er was geen enkele rust. Dus die jongens beginnen langzaam uit elkaar te vallen. Dus het is nu gelukkig afgelopen in ieder geval. Maar goed, toen was ik daar dus en ik sprak mijn vriend René Koch. En die werd net gebeld met de uitslag. Toen stond Ameland met iets van 20-5 of zo achter tegen Hoek van Holland. En iedereen die hoorde daar, die keek toch wel even op. Een uurtje later hebben ze het recht getrokken, dus ik denk dat ze de tweede helft flink overheen gegaan zijn. Maar,
yeah, 40 points in the second half to nothing, I think.
Je moet aan de bak als je in Hoek van Holland gaat rugbyen.
Well, as I say, you play against the wind in the first half and the wind in the second half.
Ja, dat is het, ja.
Yeah, but yeah, that's obviously this weekend the big one for you guys against Ameland. That's interesting.
Yeah, it'll be a big one for us. We're pretty excited about it. We've had two matches against them already. The first one point in it. The second one was a draw. So it's usually a pretty good contest. And obviously going into finals, we get to see where everyone's at. So they're the test at the moment. So that'll be a big one.
Yeah. The last fixture of this past weekend was Rugby Club with Gooi against Haagse. Gooi going down 14-16 in what to seem definitely a game for the purist. A lot of error-ridden game. Unfortunately, didn't live up to the expectations. But saying that, it obviously it keeps things exciting in terms of the top 4 going into the semi-final. I think should be interesting. Should be very interesting. Yeah. These next round of games should be. It should be interesting to see if Rotterdam need to get a win over Ameland to basically secure that maybe second place.
Volgens mij gaat het hoofdzakelijk nog om de uit- of thuiswedstrijd, denk ik. Hè?
Ja, eigenlijk wel.
Om de bar omzetten, hè?
Ja. Dat is het.
En dan ga ik ervan uit dat Rotterdam zijn best doet om uit te mogen spelen.
Ja, precies.
Well, it is grass.
Yeah, so it's good. Yeah, I do like it.
And it's a nice big pitch, so you should be able to spray it all over the place, huh?
Yeah.
You against Mitch?
Yeah.
Two good kicking tens, should be interesting.
Yeah, we played there early in the year when it was a bit colder, but it's a really nice field, so I'm excited about that. We actually like our home ground's not the biggest, and so usually it's a bit of away is a disadvantage, but we usually like playing away. Bigger grounds, I think, suit us because we're a pretty expansive side and we look to attack as much as possible. So,
well, I mean, we're going to go into the game now, but I mean, we've said the whole season that the Hague backline against your backline is what we were all waiting for, and wow, you guys didn't disappoint in the sense that although the Hague their backline didn't really fire against you, but you guys scored most of your tries through your backs, and they scored through their forwards. But I mean, wow, the game definitely lived up to So we're going to start with Coach's Corner with that, because it's the game from the previous weekend. And
Ja, en het is ook, we doen het nooit, maar het is wel zo'n bijzondere wedstrijd dat die niet in de vergetelheid
100%.
mag.
I think this is a game that everyone should see. I mean, it's basically 91 points were scored, and the funny thing was, I was watching it, and in the last, I think it's 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 11 points behind. I was like, yeah, the Hague have won this. Turned it off, got out the car, and then within 4 minutes, my phone was going berserk, and they pulled it off. So let's get into it. So. Coach's Corner is brought to you by Erik van der Sande.
En nog met Garrett. Deze Garrett, hè? Niet Garrett van Eemland.
No, you can't resist. Apparently, there's a new Gareth coaching at Eemland next year. It's not me, but Mitch McGann. I sit talking and Mitch does all the work, but we put this together with, and it would be interesting as we go through it, guys, because it's 7 minutes. So if we just talk us through, like, what the sort of plans were, going into this.
Yeah, for us, we'd obviously hadn't had great results going into it. We'd had 3 losses on the bounce, which are they're all very close. So that's the sport. Someone's got to win, someone's got to lose. But for us, it was really getting back to what we do well, and also for us, it was just trying to do, again, just focus on us. We were just trying to really create a lot of things, a lot of options around the park. It's something we've been working on hard, is trying to have a lot of options at all times. So whatever the opponent throws at us, we can deal with.
I mean, your backline, you're pretty good at connecting. I mean, your whole backline is, you guys, like you say, you like to play an expensive game.
Yeah.
Sam at 13, Zhao at 12 is got the nickname the Hitman. I mean, and he scored a couple of tries in this game as well.
Yeah,
so.
we were sort of laughing about it for a long time because he's been playing so well, but this is actually his first try of the year. So
You're joking?
Yeah, we were calling him Donut before this, but he's scored 3 in the last 2 weeks now.
We put these sort of graphics in here of just seeing how you attacked the inside shoulder, that Zhao going over for his first one.
Yeah.
Was that a sort of plan, attacking the inside shoulder, or was that just reading what's in front?
Yeah, it's just reading in front of us. Like we just try and play eyes up as much as we can at all times, and luckily it paid off there. Great line from him. He's a great attacking player. And
so there we're just trying to show the disorganised defence, decent kick, bad chase, and then you just killing it there.
Yeah, I don't know, just run and hope. Just jump around and hope you go through there. But yeah, it's luckily for us, most things came off this day. Yeah, really nice hands from there. Probably a little bit unlucky. Went forward, I think. Yeah. What do we got here? But yeah, I think as you said, the backs connecting really well. We have a pretty tight group across the whole field, but the backs are very tight.
That was the hit from Zhao.
Yeah, Zhao. We scored 7 tries this day in the backs. So we definitely had this one penciled for us. Like, as you guys said, the 2 back lines in the country that people talk about, we really wanted to make a mark here, and I think it came off. But in saying that, I think the forwards were outstanding. Everything we got to work with was because of all their hard work that they put in, and they really, really set an amazing platform for us. Yeah,
well, this is just showing here just some simple lines, and you just turning it on there. I think you were trying to dive. I don't know what that little.
I don't know what was that. The first 2 I was just I don't know. I just lost it.
And then obviously the wind played a massive factor because you had to try kick it long and low.
Yeah. Well, Yolan here, this is a solo effort.
This has got to be maybe contender for try of the season.
Yeah, we call him the Stallion. He's just give him the ball and watch him run. He's a serious athlete who he's working really hard on his all-round game, but he'll be pushing for higher runners soon. He's a serious athlete.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I've heard his name being mentioned before. That I think it is something that they're trying to get him into the sort of senior squads and whatever. And this is it. Cross kick. Sebas not playing the first game, not playing.
En dan zie je het. Er worden meteen crosskicks gegooid als ik niet speel. Maar
same thing. This is something we speak to a lot about the backs. Is we want them communicating into me, using your eyes at all times. So Nilsy out wide, he did really well. Told me where the space was, and we found him. So. This is just good play from us all around here. Forwards doing a really good job there. Obviously that was a bit slow because of but just trying to work on a bit more variety in the forwards, because that's something that's been able to
But there
open us
again,
up.
attacking the inside shoulder, making meters.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's something that we sort of thought, okay, that was your plan, is to really try attack the inside shoulder, but obviously...
Yeah, well, I think so. I think it just adapt on the fly. I think obviously a lot of teams probably think our back line's pretty strong and we play quite expansive. So I think that opens up the inside channels because I think guys mark up heavily on us and then a few holes are able to open up and we were able to take advantage of it, which is really pleasing because we work hard on it.
Yeah, I mean, the Hague stayed in the game just by their set piece, really. I mean, the mauling that they got, a couple of nice tries as well. But, that seems to be the thing with you is your backline. Sorry, we clipped this, just interrupting you, we clipped this just to show work ethic off the ball in the sense of, like, your great offload here from the big man.
Yeah.
And then you just working around the corner and just, really isolating the defence.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I suppose you just...
Is that Sevens little work ethic?
Yeah, probably. As you can probably tell, the putting on size isn't my strength. It's more running around, so you've got to make use of what you got. But yeah, the Moffat does a great job. Those boys bring the impact, and they certainly do that.
Yeah. And this is a charge on try. I mean, he's had a big season. Ollie White, he's been fantastic for HLC.
Yeah, a lot of people talk. Obviously, their backline's very good, but their forward pack doesn't probably get enough credit.
Dat is true.
We zien nou dit jaar, is hij wel, vorig jaar daarna echt een backsteam was. Met betere voorwaartsen dan voorheen, maar nog niet zo goed als de rest. Zie je nu dat hun voorwaarts soms de wedstrijd meer domineren dan de backs.
100%. Well, I think in the last game they actually gave you a bit of trouble at your home ground. Their forwards did, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
it was also a tight game. It was also a couple
it was a really tight game, but it was also a seesaw one. We were up 14-3 and then they went up and then we went in front with 2 minutes to go and then they scored after the bell. So
And this is Zhao's second, eh?
Yeah, no, this is Nilsy, I think.
Yeah, this is Niels.
Nilsy is someone who he's been playing future class all year, but Bassi was out for this one. And
it's the winger,
he came in and did a great job.
So you got replaced and he scored?
Yes.
Zeker. Ja, ik moet oppassen voor mijn plekje zo, maar hij heeft echt...
But Nilsy's been unlucky. He's been playing really well.
But I mean, this is the amazing part, is that now basically the time's up. You get a penalty advantage, and then obviously I think you get it, but... So this is basically, and the only thing I got wrong about my predictions is I said it was going to be a draw with a drop goal to draw it in the last thing, but he had to kick it to win it.
Not far off.
And this was amazing. Just throw it. Everything stuck for you.
Yeah,
Sam,
exactly. Yeah? Just one of those days.
Chip cookie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it bounces up for you.
Perfect, the stallion again. Yeah, no, it's just one of those days, I suppose. It was obviously... We've actually managed to do it
this,
times,
I mean, this has got it. You love these moments?
Yeah, I've luckily had a good record this year, touch wood. Well, hopefully I don't have to do any more. Hopefully we win by 20 for the rest of the year and I don't have to do them again. But yeah, it's obviously what you practice for, so it's pleasing always when those ones go over.
But I mean, obviously the celebrations have been rightfully so. What a game. Definitely one that will go down as probably the game of the season. As you can see, one of the big boys trying to jump on.
Yeah.
Is that where you got injured, Sebastiaan?
Ja. Meerdere keren alweer.
Yeah. No, fantastic result, and I think that that's what you guys stand for as a club. You're saying off air now that there's a bit of a perception that you're not a very welcoming group, and that's what you feel that the rest of us.
I feel like that's sort of. I'm not sure if maybe I'm reading that wrong, but I feel like other teams feel we're a bit unfriendly and unwelcoming. But I think we're a really, really tight group.
It's just because you got too many Aussies, man.
Yeah. But to be fair, on field we're a bit chirpy, but we're a really happy club. Like we're really having a great time. Everyone's doing everyone behind the scenes coaching, the managers. Like we got Andre here tonight. He's come help us drive. I was about to say, if you want to play for a club, you've got to go to Rotterdam. You get driven everywhere. Yeah. No, he's honestly...
Het heeft ook wel iets Noord-Koreaans, vind ik, hoor.
Ja,
de bewaker erbij, of de guys hebben niks verkeerd gezegd.
Hoor, wel de keuze.
North Korean, that's the first that I heard.
But yeah, it's great. Andre and Justa volunteer as managers, and they cook dinners on Thursday night for all the boys. Stick around, and we all have a beer in the clubhouse afterwards. And I think I'd be surprised if there's a more social team where we certainly have a few beers together off the field. So.
Ja, zeker na te winnen. Dan wordt het altijd wel gepild.
Oh, so you don't win or lose, get on the booze?
Altijd.
Hij wilde die even niet zeggen. Garrett, De enige heb je, daarna gooien hebben we niet.
Nee, jammer, nee. Ja, sorry. That somehow got lost in the post.
Hoe was hij afgelopen?
It was 14, 16, yeah.
14, 16, voor Den Haag zie ik. Ja.
Ja.
Okay. En, en dan zenden we een oude wedstrijd uit. Nee,
Are you trying to
no, I'm not implying anything.
No, it's all right, mate. But this, as we said, it's a top 6 show. Yeah, so.
En dan wil je uit, bedoel je?
Yeah, I know. But, okay, so moving on, what we have next is Diok versus Oysters. Yeah, so we'll have a quick look at that.
En dat zijn zo langzamerhand ook wel twee partijen die heel vaak aan elkaar gewaagd zijn.
Yeah, interesting here that I think we expected a bit more. We expected a bit more from the Oysters, because I think it was predicted that the Oysters would win this game. And but it looks like Diok, it should be probably a Diok Dukes sort of plate final, which you must be really looking forward to.
Ja, ik verheug me daar enorm op. Ik kan me ook de vorige nog herinneren. De platefinale tussen Diok en de Dukes. Ja.
Plates up here on the
dubbel gevouwen, ja,
yeah.
precies.
But I mean, yeah, the as the trophy pool, as it's called, there's been a lot of closer games, the competition, yeah. But also there's probably a couple of teams there like Diok, like the Dukes, and like even Haarlem to a certain extent that might feel a little bit, hard done by. With if you look at the results Cass have been getting, could probably be doing a better job.
Nee, dat zou kunnen, maar ja, dan had je er maar in moeten zitten. Zo simpel is het. Wij hebben van Cas verloren. Dan heeft Cas dus alle recht om in die competitie. Zij wilden het meer, klaar. Zo simpel is het.
Ja,
dus,
zo simpel is het.
En
Niels, hè?
Ja, Niels, ja, precies.
Een Tim van Rij.
Nee, uiteindelijk is dit wat het is. Maar goed, zoals het er nu uitziet, denk ik dat volgend jaar 12 op en neer is.
Oh, different
Zo gaan
camera
we
angle
spelen.
here. And obviously the referee fella, he's from Rotterdam. He's also helping out with the coaching and stuff, yeah?
Yeah, he helps out with the second team, but he's really good as well. He also helps with us in, sometimes he'll come and ref at training and just like tell us when we're offside and stuff, because they are particularly...
Makes a big difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, because particularly early in the year, discipline was a bit of an
Het was
issue.
hartstikke leuk en nu hebben we het gemist. Zo zonde. Nee, maar het was wel echt heel gaaf. Als hij een balletje uit. Hij tikte hem, volgens mij was dat. Die tikte hem weer naar binnen, wordt gevangen, speelde verder. Zag er goed uit. Heel alert.
This guy's made a lot of line breaks, huh?
Yeah. No, we played obviously both these teams this year. They've both got a lot of footy in them, and that we were in that bottom 6 last year, and it's a bit of a funny place to be sometimes. But once you get on the field, it's it's all systems go still, and there's still a lot of good rugby going on in this bottom 6, I'm sure.
Yeah, and there's old Mace van Oort, really good player, plays for the national team. But it looks like the Oysters, since they've, they haven't really kicked on this season, have they?
Nee.
And another coach gone.
Ja, ik had gedacht, na vorig jaar dacht ik dat ze dit jaar echt een stap zouden zetten.
Yeah. And you hoped it as well, because you want another...
Zeker, hartstikke leuk. Ik moet op mijn tellen passen, want wij spelen zaterdag uit tegen ze. Dus ik wil ze niet te veel opwinden. Oysters zijn lief. Nee, en aanstaande zatheraande they're on fire, hè? Zo simpel is het.
Ja, it is the Southern Derby, isn't it?
Ja, dat is het. Dus
the Bravo Cup.
Is het uit of thuis?
Het is voor ons uit.
Okay.
Dus,
that's going to be a tough day.
Ja, we hebben nou 2 keer tegen ze gespeeld dit seizoen, dat we gewoon beginnen met 2-3 tries achterstand tegen ze.
I remember one of your players, didn't you kick the ball over your own try line, falling over backwards or something?
Oh, ik heb het. Ja, maar toen regende het wel heel erg.
And that was the famous speech as well in the changing room?
Van onze grote vriend Phoenix.
Yeah, no, that was a good weekend. I think you must have been very happy. A lot of winterbanden bought on that.
Nee, maar we hebben wel gewonnen.
Ja.
Dat is verteld, hè? Dat is verteld.
Uiteindelijk is het resultaat het belangrijkste. En het mooie vind ik, dat vind ik toch weer geweldig. Rick gaat ermee stoppen, maar hij komt even uit zijn vroeg pensioen om tegen de Dukes te spelen, want dan vindt hij dat toch wel heel belangrijk. En die willen gewoon winnen van de Dukes. En dat zeggen ze ook, en dan zeggen ze in de krant, ja, we willen gewoon winnen van de Dukes. Ik weet niet waarom, want niemand bij hun weet hoe dat voelt. Dat kan goed tegenvallen.
I thought he says he wasn't going to wind them up. And you just I got you to put fuel on the fire there. Oysters, you heard it, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Meen ik niet hoor, jongens.
But anyway, so,
Zaterdag.
but anyway, moving on quickly there. Just to, breaking between the games, I think it's important to realize that next season the competition is most likely going to change.
Ja, daar ziet het wel naar uit. Er is nog niks besloten, we zijn in gesprek, maar volgens mij staan de neuzen redelijk één kant op. We gaan, de REC, de Rugby European Championship, die gaat gespeeld worden in 1 seizoen. Dus kwalificatie, 8 wedstrijden kwalificatie het volgende seizoen. En dan wordt er bepaald of je naar het WK gaat. Nou, het is geen verrassing dat Rugby Nederland wil naar het WK. De competitie, Delta, alles bij elkaar opgeteld. De druk die er op teams komt. Niemand wil, zo Haarlem, Oysters, Dukes, willen allemaal niet het linkerrijtje missen lopen. Maar er is ook geen reparatiemogelijkheid meer als je maar 10 wedstrijden speelt om daar te komen. Dus nu hebben we om meerdere redenen, ook om de future-klasse gelijk te trekken. Want hoe gaaf is het als we volgend jaar, Hoek van Holland promoveert direct van de tweede klasse en kampioen geworden, direct naar de future-klasse. Dan hebben we 7 burgerclubs, 3 of 4 studentenclubs in de future-klasse. En dan kunnen we nog 2 burgerclubs ophalen beneden die het niveau aankunnen. Ban is ook een reserve van het eerste erbij zetten. Dan heb je een volwassen future-klasse. Dat betekent dat die vrijwel op 3 wedstrijden na altijd met hun eerste team samen spelen. Dat betekent rugbydagen die hun weergaan niet kennen. Ook omdat het een split season wordt. Dat betekent spelen van begin september tot eind december. Dan worden al die wedstrijden van het Nederlands team gespeeld. En dan hervatten we op 22 maart ongeveer de competitie. En dat betekent dus dat je, dit jaar is een uitzondering, het regent nou ook alweer een hele maand. Maar normaal gesproken zou je in april mooie zaterdagen mogen verwachten en denken van jongens...
So in a nutshell, just to explain to Will.
Yeah, sorry.
In a nutshell, basically, it's most likely not going to be a top 6, bottom 6. It's going to be a home and away competition where then the future classes will be able to play with their first teams more regularly than this season. So that obviously is a great benefit, but then you'll also have a sort of break from December till the end of March.
Oh, wow.
Because that's when the national team will be playing all their fixtures. And as you can see, we've tried for years to continue the competition, but it hasn't worked. And it will be interesting. It does make, that means that the last bit will be played in April, May, June, because we'll only be finished in June.
Eind mei is bijna iedereen, 24 mei is dan bijna iedereen klaar waarschijnlijk. Alleen degene die de semifinale en finale spelen, die moeten nog 2 weken door dan. En die wil je ook nog.
So you're looking at the first sort of 2 weeks of June finishing? Somewhere around there.
Voor de laatste 2 teams die de finale spelen, maar die vinden het vast niet erg dat ze nog wat langer moeten.
No, of course not.
Dat is geen drama om de
And then
finale
it's
te spelen.
especially be nice weather where
Yeah.
sun, but knowing the Netherlands, it will throw down the
Rain.
the rain.
Cats and dogs.
Maar ook dat Future vaker gaat spelen naast het eerste team.
Altijd.
Dat is echt top. Want ik weet niet hoe
You
jullie
heard
het
it first, he said all the time.
Ik weet niet hoe jullie het ervaren, maar
Ja.
bij ons vinden we het echt geweldig dat Future voor het eerste team speelt. Gewoon de sfeer daarna ook.
Ja.
Gewoon met z'n allen.
Ook het mooie is, jongens onder de 24 kun je onbeperkt uitwisselen met je eerste team. Dus als jij als trainer zegt, ik geef hem een kans, dan geef je hem gewoon een kans.
Ja.
Nou, prima, ze zijn toch bij elkaar, dat is helemaal niet erg.
Ja, precies.
Kan allemaal, hij is er al, hij is al warm.
Ja.
Dus het is een perfecte situatie. We gaan een langdurige samenwerking aan met de studententeams die er nu bij zitten. Die de juiste faciliteiten hebben, de juiste inzet. Nog gesprekken over leeftijden, details. Maar volgens mij is iedereen het wel zo'n beetje eens dat dit geweldig kan zijn.
Yeah, for sure, and I think it will be, but it will also mean it's a little bit longer. But if there's that break and there's no rugby, that might be the difference.
Ja, wij zetten de schottelbrei vast aan dadelijk langs de kant. Toch? Het is ook de beleving erbij, hè? Dat is ook belangrijk.
And then also you'd hope that clubs would start playing maybe on Friday nights.
Yeah, certainly in the summer months, it'd be a good thing to look at. I think that'd be good. And I reckon the future class has been really, really good this year. I can only speak for our club, but like for us, we've gone from the second team felt quite disconnected from our first team because playing on different days at different locations felt like no one watched them. Now it's very much more one club and it creates a lot more competition. I think that makes everyone a lot better, and I think that's just really good for the competition.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think that's the whole reason for doing it was, to try get the era cluster clubs to have a future class team, and eventually that trickles down into a Colts team as well. And then you could be playing against each other with 3 teams.
Nee, volgens mij kan het doel zomaar zo zijn. Maar er moet nog wel wat water onder de brug door. Want lang niet iedere club heeft Colts op het juiste niveau nog. Die spelen niet tegen elkaar. Maar de lange termijnvisie zou zijn de Colts, de future team en dan de ereklasse achter elkaar. Dan weet ik waar ik ben op zaterdag, hoor.
Well, you don't have to go buy tires with your wife.
Precies. Ik kan gewoon op de club blijven dan.
All right, so we'll move on to our next game, which is Haarlem. Oh, sorry, I've made a mistake there. There's my first mistake, Eric. But Haarlem against Breda. Unfortunately, terrible injury in this game. Igor, we wish you a speedy recovery, mate. It's not what you want to see or hear about, But Breda, funny season. They lost to the students, but then came back and beat the students. Haarlem actually have got better as the season's gone on, I think, personally. So, interesting result as Haarlem 28-7 winners over Breda.
Interceptie.
Een van hun spelers speelde zijn laatste wedstrijd. Die gaat naar Mike Penno in Perth toe. Ik weet niet, ik zit even denken wie dat was.
Joris Smits is already there.
Nee, een Engelse naam.
Chris?
Nee, een andere naam. Nee, ik weet het even niet meer. Maar die ging naar Perth.
Dan Jones? Okay, well, I don't know. We'll have to find out. Well, unfortunately, Eric didn't have enough information.
Ik heb het opgeschreven.
Dan Jones. There we go.
Daniel Jones.
Giel just told us. He doesn't miss a prediction or get it wrong.
Okay, goed zo, dan weten we dat.
Yeah, so Dan Jones, last game. Great scrum, yeah. It's always nice to see this. Will, you love a scrum going forward, mate? Haven't had many of them this season, have you?
No, I've been working pretty hard. It's getting better. It's getting a lot better.
Breda heeft wel, na de kick-off, meteen, ze scoren binnen 30 seconden. Binnen een minuut scoren ze de 7-0. Maar Haarlem zet daarna wel orde op zaken.
Yeah, and I mean, Haarlem was in the top 3 last year for the last 2 seasons. This season the wheels came off a bit. Obviously the club went through a bit of controversy, but the guys like Bobby Tane, just class acts. And there's a lot of youngsters coming through now as well. I mean, if you look at the youth finals, guys, or the youth semi-finals, quarterfinals, it was all Haarlem. Haarlem was in every quarterfinal, I think, with the youth. Both Cubs, juniors, and Colts. Obviously now the Colts finals, Dukes, The Hague.
Wij ook, en Den Haag ook.
Yeah. So I mean, it has got some serious depth, and obviously a bright future for the youth to come through. The biggest.
Haarlem doet heel goed met zijn jeugd.
Ja.
Zeker. Dus dat is een beetje. Wat daar een beetje scheef groeit is dan, zeg maar, je hebt niet heel de kolom is opvolgend, maar dat ziet er wel goed uit.
Yeah, but I think it's a young club in that sense. It's a young club. I mean, obviously Rotterdam is another one where, Sebastiaan, you came through the youth.
Yeah.
What's the youth looking like at Rotterdam at the moment?
Ik weet, dat is waarschijnlijk ook een beetje, omdat ik het niet zo goed weet, dat betekent dat er nog best wel wat disconnectie is, dat we eigenlijk dat gat moeten verkleinen om het gat van de senioren naar de jeugd te verkleinen, zodat zij ook meer ons leren kennen, waardoor ze misschien vaker zouden meetrainen, waardoor het voor hun ook beter leuker lijkt om voor ons te spelen. En ik weet eigenlijk niet heel veel over de jeugd van Rotterdam. Er zijn wel een aantal spelers die soms met ons meetrainen, die zien er ook heel goed uit.
But I mean, you're a product of that's come through your youth.
We kwamen Rotterdam, ik heb heel lang jeugd getraind hoor. Dus Rotterdam kwamen een aantal jaar geleden die nog wel tegen. Maar nu niet meer.
Yeah, I think that's that's a. I mean,
een clusterteam met ook van Holland geloof ik ergens in de bol of in de plate.
Rijnmond Warriors.
Rijnmond Warriors, precies.
Ja, ik denk de lichting van waar ik uitkwam, dat was eigenlijk een beetje de laatste echt grote lichting die naar de senioren ging. Dus dat is wel jammer om te zien.
You've got some big names coming out of your club through youth. Wolf van Dijk, hè?
Ja, natuurlijk. Maar we bouwen daar nu ook weer op om de jeugd ook meer training te geven vanuit de senioren om toch die connectie te krijgen.
Hoeveel jeugdleden hebben jullie?
Dat zou ik echt niet
weten. You're asking a player now.
Hier weet iedereen dat, hè?
Yes, you talk so much shit.
For us, I think our youth is like something we're definitely working on, but I think it's a really good thing that the first team's going well, because you look at someone like Odin, who's our front rower, who came through the youth and then when we weren't in the era class.
He left,
He
yeah.
had to leave
Dio.
in order to make the Dutch side, and then now he's coming back, and we're sort of seeing a few guys go, okay, I can play for Rotterdam and make the national team.
Yeah, I mean, Big Don also did, didn't he? He went to The Hague and then came back, eh?
Yeah.
Daanhofer?
Yeah, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Didn't he go away for a while?
Hij was naar Zuid-Afrika gegaan.
Yeah, okay, so he was in the Academy Southwest though, wasn't he?
Ja.
Yeah, okay, that's probably why I'm attaching him to The Hague, but...
Yeah.
Even nog even ander. Wolf van Dijk. De
Ja, we
naam
already
op
just
tafel.
said it. I
Maar
think
Wolf
you're a
van-
bit slow, that's 0.0.
Nee, dat is allemaal. Volgend jaar. Waar is hij volgend jaar? Waar speelt Wolf van Dijk volgend
I'm
jaar?
pulling a Storm Carroll here and saying no comment.
Dus dat betekent dus Eemland of Rotterdam. Hij zal niet teruggaan naar die ook, denk ik. Dus het is Eemland of Rotterdam.
Or the Dukes.
Ja, we hebben geen deur, maar anders stond hij wijd open.
That got you a bit off guard there, didn't it?
Nee. Ik weet van niks. Ik heb er niks mee te maken. Maar de deur, als we een deur hadden, stond hij open.
Ja.
Maar jij weet ook niks. Geen idee.
No, well, they're players, I don't think...
Want dat is een asset. Hè. Als je Wolf van Dijk erbij krijgt, ben je in één keer een ander team.
No, yeah, you get Wolf van Dijk in your team, it's massive. I
Yep.
mean, he's one of the players of the European, the rec. I mean, yeah, he's an amazing player, but also young man, fantastic guy.
Yep.
So, I mean, yeah, he comes from Rotterdam. It would be interesting if he goes back to his home club.
Zeker.
Yeah, I think definitely. Oh well, I think he's after that championship we were talking about. He's probably might have a bit of interest out overseas, but we'll see what happens if he comes back to the Netherlands. Yeah, we'll definitely be interested. But
Yeah, well, I think he's coming back more for finishing off his studies and getting into sort of career and stuff. So yeah, I think that's
yeah, but
that's
he's
the
a great
reason.
guy, and yeah, he was back for the start of the year because he was injured for a while, and he was around the boys quite a lot.
But obviously, you boys, you're staying for another season at Rotterdam.
Yeah, I'm looking like I
Signed,
will.
sealed, and delivered.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Oh, pretty much.
Yeah, no, well, I'm loving it. I'm having a great time. Sam.
Heb je al getekend? Have you signed?
No.
Then you should say that yet, mate.
Yeah, right, no, I'm loving it.
Where's that clip of the Sharks? Where's that clip?
No, but yeah, we're loving Rotterdam. My girlfriend's also moved over as well. She's got a job in Rotterdam. Really enjoys it. So yeah.
Oh, that's a
we're very
pity
happy.
for all our female watchers, eh?
Yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah. Yeah. No, okay, so that's obviously for you staying at...
Ik denk het wel. Dus na 6 jaar zie ik nog niet heel veel, of sinds mijn 6e spelen zie ik nog niet heel veel verandering. Dus ik hou er heel veel van om bij Rotterdam te blijven spelen. Ik denk dat er niet snel verandering in komt.
No. So what we'll do is go to your next game. This is the game of this weekend, this past weekend. Unfortunately, this is the first clip for Sebastiaan. It's probably one that he doesn't want to remember.
Ja, Kassikum had
Or do you remember it?
Ja, deze keer wel. Ja, Kassikum had een tighte prop op de wing gezet tegenover mij.
I mean, really, and no cards.
No cards.
alleen-
And I mean, and Catherine's usually pretty strict on that. Eh?
Yeah, no, she's a really good referee.
She's a really good one.
Yeah, I like her a lot.
So what did she say about that?
Basically, there was a bit of mitigation, and
Are you going to score a more try?
close to pretty much. Yeah. And then so it was a bit, but yeah, in the dick of the day after the game, you're always given. Their own captain said, "Dick of the day, our winger for trying to take your winger's head off."
Oh.
But the ref and Touchy missed it, so it happens. Though it's everything happens pretty quickly. I think Catherine's a really good referee.
Good clean out there from Zhao.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Sammy. Yeah, we've our backs are going pretty happy. I think Sam and Yolan between them have 31 tries this year, so they're going pretty well.
Well, I mean, you
Bassie's
oh,
not
another one.
So go there again.
Ik kan het niet zien,
So you go off the field and the cross kicks come
elke
out.
keer als
Ja.
ik weer geblesseerd van het veld heb geraakt, dan weet ik weer hoe laat.
Elan, this is a super talent for the Dutch teams.
Yeah, I hadn't seen this guy before. Do you know?
No,
much
he's just
about
come
him?
back from Toulouse. Unfortunately, he struggled a bit with some illness, which unfortunately sort of just prevented him from taking the next step. But he's come back to try, get back up to speed. But he's in the under-20 national squad. But what a player!
He's got a big left boot. And he's a big boy who moves well. I hadn't seen him before. I was wondering where's that guy come from because he looked
he's
impressive.
fantastic.
He goes Pato.
Yeah, he's also a good player.
Yeah, he's a great player.
You and him seem to find each other with that skip pass, him hitting a line.
Yeah, we've played together maybe 8 years or
Oh, well,
something.
there we go.
Back in Sydney.
So you basically brought the whole of Australians.
Yeah.
Your backline from your last club over here.
Yeah, there's 3 of us, so we connect pretty well. We and yeah, they're good mates.
It's just unfortunate you have Pierre.
Jouw's tweede try hier ook.
Jow,
Another one. So now you can't stop scoring.
Exactly right. Yeah. Well, to be fair, he's overdue. He's attacked well all year. He just hadn't got the rewards, but here it comes. So more against Milan this week. Let's hope.
Oh, Elon.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was a tough old day with this wind. It was causing some serious strife.
Yeah.
What do we got here? I think Bassie's mate scores here.
Oh yeah, the one that should be off.
Yeah.
Oh.
Here he goes.
It's Singer.
What is he usually play front row? Or someone said that, but he looks like he moves well.
Yeah. No, he used to be a centre.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I was going to say he moves pretty well. Yeah, this was... I think Pierre will be upset this is on TV. Big Melvs.
Oh no, what is it? Oh, Pierre. Oh, Pierre. There we go.
Mate, that's the French flair.
That's the French flair.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
The dive was amazing.
Yeah, the dive, George Gregan-esque, so 10 points for style.
Big Tom Hiddleston, Lucas Pascal.
Yeah, they came back well here. Cass, they're a very gritty side. They're hard to put away. They always make it pretty tough for you. Especially down there.
En met dit weer daar zo in Castricum met al het publiek daar.
Dankjewel.
Zo,
Service with a smile, yeah. Right? But no, they're just almost finishing it off for Rotterdam.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think Sammy ends up with a hat-trick here because I think he was leading try scorer and then last week Yolan scored a hat-trick and then Sam scored a hat-trick back this week to take it back. So it was a bit of friendly
He's got
competition.
great feet, this American.
Yeah, he's good.
Zeker.
Jow does really well getting back here. There's not much you can do there.
Oh, it's a good dive on your own try line.
Yeah.
yeah, it just doesn't count.
Yeah.
And this is obviously an area that's got to, I mean, your forwards, like you say, they're working hard to try to sort it out, but this has got to be an area that you've got to be concerned about, especially semi-finals, finals.
Yeah, we know, like, I've played a lot of years and you play a lot of finals and you know when it comes down to finals, set piece play a huge part. You look at who wins, the back-to-back World Cups is probably the best scrummaging team in South Africa and they've won it back-to-back. A lot of the dubious play on. And then, so we know set piece, like when it comes down to it, it's probably not going to be a 46-45 grand final. It's probably going to be a lot tighter than that, and those sort of things are the ones that are going to make the difference. So it's something we're working really hard on.
Yeah, and I mean, it's like you say, it's definitely part of the game. Oh, there we go.
See Dennis in some space. He used to play back, so he's got some wheels on him.
And you're going to hit a ruck?
Yeah, I know.
Hey!
Mate, chalk it up. I'm glad we got that on TV.
Is that in your contract?
Physical contact?
And another one for Joe.
Another one for Jow, yeah.
Hij ziet stoppen.
Nee.
So a lot happens when you're off the field, Sebastiaan.
Ja, ik weet het. Ik moet me zorgen maken.
Here goes the stallion again.
En voor het weet starten ze met 14 man, hè, als dit zo blijft.
It'll be interesting this weekend because you guys are coming up obviously against the top try scorer in the league. I think that's Bam.
Yeah, I've been wanting to see I think he's probably got it. I haven't seen any.
I mean, Bam's on what, 24, 25 tries?
Yeah.
Een heleboel in ieder geval. Maar ja, het zit ook in hun spelgebaar. Hij wordt ook wel gelanceerd natuurlijk op een goede manier. Het heeft te maken met de compleetheid van het team.
Yeah, but I mean, look, I think that's it. I think what Mitch has done after Zane last year is that they are far more of a complete unit.
Ja.
And I think that's they've got a very good forward pack and other backs that are complementing it as well with a bit more sort of attacking prowess.
Yeah, they're definitely the top marker this year. They've been playing really well. We're really excited to play them this weekend. Obviously,
Well, I mean, saying that, let's have a quick look at this. If we look here, sorry.
Those are the results. Dit zijn de uitslagen. Er staat geen stand.
So that's the final results of this weekend. from this last weekend, Cats vs Rotterdam. That's the game we just watched now. Ook van Holland Ameland. Unfortunately, we don't have the footage and nor with Gooi Haagse. I apologize for that. I know you're very hurt by that.
Het Gooi Haagse 14-16 zie ik hier.
Yeah, that's what we said.
Ja,
So
maar ik
third
zeg,
time.
dat weet ik, maar ik zeg het graag nog een keer.
But if we look at the table, you and HRC are sitting on 44 points.
Yeah, it's going to be a good race.
And then, I mean, Ameland we can say is finishing first in
Yeah.
the first round. In the top 6. Then, obviously now it's a race for that second. You want to get a home semi, I would take.
Yeah, home
or do you
semi.
want to play away? Because you did say earlier that you like playing away.
Well, it's sort of good both ways. We're happy playing away, but obviously at home it's great.
What will the vibe be? That'll be interesting to see. Like, I mean, your ground will probably be full, huh?
Yeah, it will. Even like we had the plate final last year, and it was a really good day. Like a lot of people turned up, and it's obviously great for as we said, we're second year in the era class. It'd be great for a home final. Just get all the sponsors, everyone, and show off what we've been doing. So yeah, we'd love to get a home semi-final, but if it's away, then happy there. We just obviously went away to The Hague and did pretty well there, so we don't mind too much.
Fantastic. Well, ladies and gents, that brings us to the end of the first half of the show. In the second half of the show, don't go away because Eric's got some interesting news about the levels or the leagues beneath the Eerste Klasse. Beneath the Era Klasse. So interesting news about the Eerste Klasse, Tweede Klasse.
Yep.
So don't go away, and remember, please make sure that you get your predictions in or your comments in about the show. Please don't go away. We'll see you soon. Welcome back to the second part of Het is weer Rak, Season 2, Episode 16. Eric, you've survived this long, mate. We're going to try and make this as quick as possible, so this is a bit of a challenge. But you're going to bring us some interesting news from around the country and other leagues?
Ja, nou, ik heb daar opgeschreven en ik ga het ook voorlezen, want als ik het moet herhalen, ik weet hoe het zit, maar ik heb al zo vaak dingen verkeerd gezegd, ik ga dan nu voorlezen.
Well, I'm glad you're drinking 0.0.
Om het te bewijzen. AAC, kampioen van de eerste klasse, die zijn niet meer in te halen, dat is duidelijk. Die laten ARC en Groningen behoorlijk ruim achter zich. Dus die zijn het beste van de eerste klasse. We hebben in de future klasse bepaald dat het hoogst gerankte studententeam een promotie-degradatiewedstrijd mag spelen tegen de winnaar, de kampioen van de eerste klasse, voor promotie, directe promotie naar de ereklasse. Het ziet er naar uit dat Rotterdam studenten gaan degraderen, tenzij ze winnen van de Oysters. Dan kan er nog van alles gebeuren. Normaal gesproken degraderen uit de eerste klasse Zwolle en Octopus. Zo de nummer 4 van de trofee.
Isn't that Andrew's
Dat zijn
team?
de Bassets. Nee, ja, die zijn normaal gesproken echt pleiten. Terwijl de Bassets, die zijn nummer 4 van de trofee. En promotie-degradatie speelt tegen de winnaar van de play-off tussen de nummers 2 van de tweede klasse. En dat zijn in dit geval Hilversum en Aken. Maar omdat de Hoekers direct naar de future klasse promoveren en Spakenburg naar de eerste klasse, is er een extra plek beschikbaar. En dat betekent dat de wedstrijd Hilversum versus Aken niet gespeeld hoeft te worden, maar beide een PD spelen tegen de nummers 4 en 5 van de eerste klasse. Voor de Bassets als vierde was een promotiedegradatie sowieso aan de orde. En voor Octopus is het een extra kans op behoud. Zou AAC echter promoveren naar de ereklasse, dan wordt het nog iets lastiger. Omdat de degradant dan waarschijnlijk direct naar de future-klasse gaat. Want dat zijn de Rotterdam studenten. Ik ga dit nog 3 keer oplezen. Nee, ik heb een beter idee. Spoel er terug en kijk het gewoon nog een keer. Maar dit is dus echt de spaghetti waar we in zitten. Er kan nog van alles gebeuren. Heel belangrijk is dat we moeten wachten. Definitief of Utrecht Studenten of AAC de promotie-degradatie begin mei gaat winnen. Dan weten we pas hoe de ereklasse eruit gaat zien. Dan weten we dus ook pas hoe de onderkant van de eerste klasse eruit gaat zien. Volgend jaar gaan we het anders doen, heb ik begrepen. Degradatie tweede klasse Noord, Bulldogs. Tweede klasse Zuid is het nog een gevecht tussen Delft, Maastricht en Tovaal. En dan de kampioenen van de derde klasse, Gouda, URC 2, Dwingelo en Alkmaar. Als we vorige week een aflevering hadden gehad, hadden we het beeld van Gouda kunnen laten zien. Dat ingezonden was, maar helaas, we hadden geen uitzending voor de week ervoor. Dus het is wat het is.
Okay, well that's great. Great to get the news in.
En niemand heeft dit begrepen natuurlijk. Je moet het ook echt 6 keer lezen voordat je weet wat er gaande is. Maar het is echt, dit is wat er speelt. En er gebeurt nog
Well,
allemaal.
but that's the story of rugby in the Netherlands. Complicated, can never be simple.
Nee, nou ja. En ik snap ook hoe het komt.
And you usually sitting at the top of the complications.
Ja, kijk, ik ben degene die zo
The
gecompliceerd maakt.
ouder problem. Okay, but that's always interesting to hear, and it makes it for an exciting last bit in the competition. But
Nee,
gents,
ik heb een vraag aan jou eigenlijk. Wie denk jij dat gaat winnen? AAC of Utrecht Studenten?
no, yeah, I haven't seen RSA play, but I have seen Utrecht students, and they've really impressed me. I think, well coached by Sven Bullens, but also a couple of special players, especially the
Johnny
team.
Stewart.
Really good player. Yeah, you know what? I think Utrecht students will be hard to beat. If they're a complete team, I think they'll be. RSA have also played some good rugby, I believe. I haven't seen it, so it'll be unfair of me to comment.
Oké, ja.
Ja?
Ja, jullie hebben een paar jaar geleden nog tegen ze gespeeld.
Ja, tegen AAC. Dat was natuurlijk, wij speelden toen met een best wel groot ander team. Toen waren ze ook wel een goed team. Ik heb de Utrecht studenten heb ik natuurlijk ook wel zien spelen toen ik bij ons future team ging kijken. En die waren ook een erg sterke zijde. En natuurlijk na die 2 jaar of zo dat ik tegen AAC heb gespeeld, weet ik niet hoe hun team er nu uitziet. Ik heb ze ook niet zien spelen, maar ik weet wel dat USRS wel een sterk team is. Dus ik denk ook dat zij gaan doen.
Ja, ik durf me niet aan een voorspelling te wagen zelf, maar dan alle kanten op.
Another student team in de ereklasse.
Ja, maar er gaat er eentje uit. Dus het is stuiftje wisselen tussen Rotterdam en Utrecht Studenten.
Ja.
Dus ja, ik denk dat het...
It would be nice to have a team in Amsterdam back in the ereklasse.
Well, it's obviously such a big city. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. Although Eric loves going to Amsterdam.
It's an open sewer.
All right, so moving on to the predictions for this weekend. We're going to start with the trophy pool, and we're going to start. So we're going to try and make this quick fire. Yeah, so let's try and get through it as quickly as possible, Eric. Yeah.
Oké, ik ga heel snel. Ik ga niet uit.
But the first one we've got is Diok at home against Breda. Sebastiaan, I'm going to start with you. Oh,
Ik ga voor mijn oude teamgenoot voor het team van Rijn. Diok. Ik denk dat zij wel gaan winnen.
Diok there, you're going to take that one.
Yeah, I have to go Diok there.
Diok. Yeah, I think clean sweep for Diok there. Breda, well, yeah. Clean sweep for Diok, let's go for there. Then the next one, the Bravo Cup. Ladies and gents, can I get a drum roll? Okay, Oysters at home against the Dukes. Eric, I'm coming to you first.
Ja, volgens mij heb ik het vanavond al een keer gezegd.
Yeah, no, you've stoked the fire nicely.
Ja, ik moet ervan uitgaan dat de Dukes daar gewoon winnen. Want dat doen ze eigenlijk altijd.
Okay, so Dukes to win that.
Maar wat
But the last time...
ze halen Rick uit vet. Dus,
But it's also Rick van Balkom's last game.
daarom. Dus die gaat... ja.
And if I remember correctly, there were people standing after the last game you played eating oysters.
Ja, dat waren ze aan het doen, ja.
It's a bit harsh, eh?
It is.
Hopefully the oysters. Well,
To be honest, Oysters is not an easy place to go. If you get in a scrap there, they're very tough to beat. But I don't know. Dukes are a good side. Marshall, he's a good coach. I really like him. I'll have to go with Dukes.
Dukes, Sebastiaan?
Ik denk Oysters.
Oysters, yeah, I like that. I like Sebastiaan's prediction. Yeah, I might go draw, just to sit on the fence.
Hij is er volgende keer niet bij, dan pak ik hem gewoon terug.
No, I think the Dukes are going to have too much. And you deserve a win, mate. You deserve a win. I hope you get it, because you'll be chased out of Oysterwijk pretty quick.
Nee man, ik heb het altijd hartstikke goed.
Okay, then the last one in the trophy pool. Haarlem at home against Rotterdam Studenten. Will?
It's going to be a tough one for us, but I think the boys have been training pretty well. I'll have to go with our boys.
Oh wait, it's Rotterdam Students. This is a trophy pool.
Oh, sorry, trophy.
No, you're jumping the gun.
Sorry, is that Haarlem?
Haarlem.
Haarlem.
Not Amman.
Beg your
So
pardon.
you see, I'm not speaking Australian. I'm not speaking Australian.
So I
mate.
thought that was a future class because our twos are playing against Haarlem. I'd love to go with Rotterdam, but it's been a long, tough year for them. I think it's got to be Haarlem.
Yeah, Haarlem.
Denk
Haarlem.
ik ook wel.
Eric?
Ja, het
Yeah,
is
Haarlem.
ja.
Yeah. Although we wish Michiel and Barrow...
Ja, absoluut. En de jongens het beste. Succes. En wie weet, je weet maar nooit hoe een koe een haas vangt.
Yeah. And then we come to the championship pool. First one is Kas against Haagse. Eric?
Haas.
Haagse?
Cass got them at home earlier in the year. It's a tough place to go.
It's not in
I'm
the
gonna
same
go.
space. Are
Yeah, I'm going to throw Cass in there.
You're going to throw Cass. Oh, you're just hoping that. So the second place here.
Yeah, definitely.
So Cass over
Ik hoop
Sebastiaan.
ook dat Cas wint, maar ik denk wel
Haakse?
Ja.
Yeah, because I mean, Cass for you is not really a happy hunting ground, eh? With your head, yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to go Haakse there, just simply because Cass has lost too many players in the second part of the season, and just so Haakse to do the sweep there. Oh, the big one, the game of the weekend. Ameland at home to Rotterdam. Eric, should we start with you?
Ja, waarom niet? Ja, ik ga voor Eemland. Ik vind hun het compleetste team op dit moment. Ik vind ze echt compleet. En jij zei net Oysters, dus sowieso did it.
Trigger.
Nee.
Obviously, I don't think we have to ask you, boys. You're going to win this.
We hebben nog niet verloren van ze, dus dat wil ik graag zo houden.
I think it's a good point that there's only 2 teams that have beaten Ameland this year. Rotterdam is one of them. So, and then the other one was a draw.
Yeah.
But you did take away their biggest weapon.
Well, they did play with 14 as well.
Yeah,
no, fair play. But like they're definitely the marker in the competition at the moment. But at the same time, we haven't lost to them, so we have nothing to be afraid of. So we're pretty keen for this weekend.
And you beat them at Ameland the last time by 1 point, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are going Rotterdam. I think I'm going to go with Eric on this and make it 2-2. I think it's going to be forwards against
That's
backs.
the way I like
We got
it.
the first draw then.
Yeah.
And then the last one, this is going to be a very tough game. The Hoek van Holland at home against Gooi. I know what you're going to say, but
Gooi.
I'm surprised.
Nee, ik ben haatdragend, maar niet heel lang.
Okay. Hoek van Holland at home against Gooi.
I watched the game last week, Hague versus Hoy. I think Hoy played pretty well. They probably
Just what game were you watching?
they probably left a lot of points out
Yeah,
there. They looked a good side. I think the Hookers are a better side than they've been showing as well. But
And at home.
Yeah, and at home they're quite tough. But I do think Hoy might have too much.
Ik denk hetzelfde. Het wordt wel een close one. Maar...
So Gooi to take it at the Hoek van Holland. So that means Haakse over Cass, sitting on the fence 2-2 with Ameland Rotterdam. And then obviously Gooi over Hoek van Holland. So it should be an interesting weekend. Most of the time our predictions are wrong, except for Phil. Do you agree with our predictions tonight?
Yes.
Oh, there we go. The master has agreed. And that brings us to the end of the show for tonight and for this week. Eric, great to have you back. It's been a long one, but it's been good conversation. And obviously, great to have Will and Sebastiaan on the show, guys. And obviously to you and your club, all the best for the rest of the season. And hopefully we'll see you guys here soon.
Thank you very much for having us. I should have mentioned at the start, Bassi, Rotterdam Player of the Year last year. So
Oh, there we go.
it's a real honour to have him on.
There we go. But,
Thank you very much for having us. It's good to be on.
No, and fantastic, and we wish you all the very best. But last but not least, obviously, once again, we wish the Biskins family all the very best in this very sad times for them as a family. And on Friday, we will say goodbye to Joey. But from everyone here at Hitters Weer Ruck, how do
Got you again. Thank you very much.
Well done, man.
Great.
Good work. Good work. Good work. Well done.
Cheers.